Hey guys, this is Mark the Geek. This is my review of the HTC One phone. This phone, I got it last Monday. Today is Monday, April 29th. And I've been using this phone for at least 8 days already. So I think it's about time to give my review of the HTC One. So let's go ahead and get started. And my first pro of this phone is the design and build quality of this phone. This phone just looks gorgeous. It looks stunning. One story I want to mention you guys. 5 days after I've been using this phone, I went on Saturday to Best Buy Mobile so I could go ahead and play with the Galaxy S4. Right away when I got the Galaxy S4 in my hands, and it was a real Galaxy S4, it was not a dummy. So when I got the phone in my hand, right away I just couldn't believe how plasticky it felt. And believe me guys, I'm coming from the Galaxy S2, coming from the Galaxy S3, and I totally loved both phones. But the Galaxy S4 just felt very plasticky. It felt like a plastic toy. The screen of the Galaxy S4 is very beautiful. I loved it. But when I got that phone in my hand, after using this phone for 5 days, it just felt awful. And the thing is, even I was considering the Galaxy S4, but after touching the phone, no matter how many features the phone had, no matter how nice the screen looked, guess what? Right now, I'm not even considering, I will never consider the Galaxy S4 over this phone. This phone just trounced for me when it comes to build quality and design and everything. It just trounced the Galaxy S4. My other great feature of this phone is the BoomSound speakers. It's just amazing how this phone sounds. The way that I use my phone, I am listening to podcasts all day. I watch lots of video podcasts as well, because of course my favorite podcast app is Dogcatcher, and like you can see, I am subscribed to lots of podcasts. So that's what I do all day. I also watch lots of YouTube videos, and when I listen to my music, I listen to my music from the Google Play store, the Google Play app, which is awesome, and I keep all my music in the cloud. So the sound here just sounds amazing. The most selling point for me to buy this phone, it was because of the sound. The other feature that I love about this phone is the screen. The screen is a 4x7 inch screen. It's a LCD 3 screen, and it's a 1920 by 1080p screen, and the PPI of the screen is 468. I believe this is the most highest pixel density screen you're gonna see in the market, and everything here just looks gorgeous. The website looks gorgeous, the pictures that you take looks gorgeous on this phone. Everything looks gorgeous on this phone. Very awesome screen for the size of it. It looks just stunning, the pictures and images on the screen. And my other favorite feature of this phone is the camera. This camera is a 4 ultra megapixel camera. Of course, a lot of people are gonna be scared when they see the number 4 on the phone, and they might think, oh, 4 is not better than 8, and it's not better than 12, guys. But believe me guys, it's not just about the pixels. It's all about the lenses. It's all about the quality of the pictures. It's all about the features in the software, in the camera as well. This camera has lots of cool features, like for example, the sequence shot of this camera is awesome. The slow motion recording video of this camera is awesome as well. The HDR recording, it's awesome as well if you're gonna record videos in the night, during dark places. Also, the Zoe feature is incredible as well, because you could take snapshots with Zoe, then you could go back and pick and go through the best frame of the picture and save the frame, and it just you're always gonna get a perfect shot just because of Zoe. This is a very cool camera. I love the way that Zoe creates a little video of all your photos that you've taken during the day. I created a video called HTC One favorite camera features. So I recommend, I'm going to put a link to my description so you guys can see all the features that I truly like about the camera. I go more in depth in the camera and I show you guys all the features that I like, and I show you guys how to do those features. So go ahead and watch my video and you will see why I truly like this camera. And my other great feature of this phone is what HTC did with Sense. HTC did an awesome job with Sense. I like the way they put the dock right here. It looks, the way it looks dark, it looks like a carbon looking, and very easily you could go ahead and touch and hold and replace any of the apps right here in the dock. I like the way they did the draw as well. You know, very a black looking draw with this clock right here that looks like a widget, and it actually behaves like a widget, because if you tap over here, it takes you to the clock. Takes you to the clock, and of course it remembers where you left off. I left off in the alarm, so it takes me to the alarm. If you tap over here, it takes you to the weather. And over here, this is coming from the AccuWeather.com. I like the way they put over here some customization. Like, for example, you could have folders in your dock. This is a very cool feature. It's very easy to create the folders as well. You can also have it alphabetically ordered, just like you would on any other Android phone. I like the way you can hide apps from here. You could, if you don't want an app to appear here, you could go ahead and hide apps. Just click on one of them, it will automatically hide it. I truly like the way they did blink feed. Blink feed is awesome as well, because me, for example, I like news aggregators. I am a very big fan of Flipboard, so for me this is very cool. I love the way they did this. Also, I like the way notification, they kept notification very clean. Over here, this is me. I put this right here. This is notification toggles. But for the only thing that you actually get in notification is the power saving mode. You could turn it on and you could turn it off and on very easily. You got the time right there. If you tap on the time, I think nothing happens. But over here, very easily, you go to your settings. I like the way everything bounces when you reach the end of the page. Everything is very accessible, and I like because they kept, you know, even though this is a skin over Android, it looks very clean. It looks very clean and it looks very elegant as well. The other great thing that I like about this phone is the two choices of memory that HTC gave us. You know, they gave us the options of 32 gigabytes or 64 gigabytes. And the great thing of it, it's a very reasonable price. You know, for right now, if you buy it from T-Mobile straight up, it's $579 for 32 gigabytes. I think that's awesome. That's one of the best prices on a smartphone that looks and feels like this phone. This phone just feels amazing. It looks even better than, I would say, than the iPhone 5. And believe me, the iPhone 5, they have the 32 gigabyte, and that phone is $749 if you go ahead and buy it, at least from the Apple Store. It's $749 for a iPhone 5 straight up 32 gigabytes. This is only $579. So honestly, they're selling this phone at a very awesome price, considering that, you know, of course it does not has an SD card, but for me it's not an issue, because for me, you know, all my music, it's in the cloud. All my photos automatically upload. When I take a picture, they automatically upload to Dropbox. That's the way I got my phone set up. And so for me, I don't have an issue with storage. 32 gigabytes for me is more than enough. Of course, it's not going to be, not for everybody. It's not going to be the same thing for everybody. But for me, I love the way that they actually gave us 32 and 64 options instead of giving us 8 gigabytes and 16 gigabytes of options like other companies. So for me, that's a very cool plus. Now, about the battery life on this phone, I've been getting for around 12 13 hours, 10 hours, 9 hours, depending how you use the phone. Like I said before, I listen to lots of podcasts. I watch lots of videos from YouTube. So of course, phones for me, doesn't matter what kind of battery the phone has, I will kill the phone. No matter what battery it has. It could have a 3300 battery. Believe me, it will not last me all day. Of course, another thing here is very cool that they have the power save mode right there. You could turn it off. It automatically, when you turn it on, it cuts the CPU power process almost in half. It turns the screen a little bit down, so it won't let you put the screen higher in brightness. So it does a very good job in managing the power. Another great job that this phone does is that it has the Wi-Fi calling feature, which this phone, what it does is that when I step into my home and the phone and the phone connects to my Wi-Fi, it automatically turns Wi-Fi calling on. So when it turns it on, it turns data off. That way, when you're in your Wi-Fi, it won't be searching for cell towers. A lot of phones don't do that. A lot of phones connect to your Wi-Fi, and they're still looking for a cellular network in the background. So it still sometimes burns battery. But this phone burns battery even less because it turns it automatically off. Like you see right here, Wi-Fi calling is on. So you can still use your data. You can make phone calls perfectly, and phone call quality here over the Wi-Fi is perfect. It sounds beautiful. And like you see right here, you see the signal, the data with an X. There's no service at all, and I didn't turn it off. It was the phone that turns it off. So that for me is an awesome feature. It does an awesome job at battery saving. So for me, the battery life is very good. It has a 2300 milliamp per hour battery, which is larger than a lot of cell phones in the market right now. So for me, the battery life, it has been good. Okay, now with the cons of this phone. Honestly, my personal usage, the way that I use the phone, I don't have a problem with this phone. I don't have a con for this phone. But of course, not everybody uses the phone the same way. So a lot of people, the cons that a lot of people might have is the lack of SD card is one con that some people might have. Another con that some people might have is the lack of removable battery. But like I said, for me, it's not a con because, of course, I used to have the iPhone 3G, the 3GS, the iPhone 4, and the 4S, and, I got used to it. So for me, it's not an issue. I'm truly in love with the size of storage that I have for the price of the phone and battery. I can't remember a day that I took my battery off, not even to resetting the phone. So for me, I truly like the phone. So for me, there's no con for the phone. So honestly, what I say about this phone, if you love Android and if you're coming from iPhone, you're truly gonna love this phone because of the design. If it's gonna feel right in, you're gonna feel just like buying a badass iPhone because it feels just awesome. The design and quality of this phone just feels awesome, and the speakers of this phone just feels incredible, sounds incredible, and the screen, gorgeous screen for watching HD videos. So honestly, this phone is a must buy. I know that a lot of people are not gonna agree with me, but go ahead and leave comments in the comment area, and go ahead and I'll reply to some of the comments. If you have any questions about this phone, just go ahead and ask it, and I'll go ahead and answer them. So guys, this was my review of the HTC One. I hope you guys liked the video. I love you guys all, so please don't hate me. Till next time.